Hello? Who are you?
I'm Dewey.
You're Dewey?
Yeah.
Looks like you're nervous. Is what was that what your shirt says?
Yeah.
Are you good?
Elmo sent me.
Oh,
Elmo sent me.
Elmo sent him.
Dad, would you like to say a few words before we eat our meal? Are you,
Yeah,
what are you
Dad.
thankful for this year?
Yes, Dad.
I don't know, Craig and Dewey. I'm his favorite.
We have our differences, but you're family. I don't love you, Dewey. Nobody loves you.
Nobody loves you, Dewey.
Yeah, nobody loves you, Dewey. Shut
Nobody
up, Dewey.
loves
you.
What? No, I didn't hear you.
Quit picking on Dewey.
You're
Why?
adopted.
Because
Why?
he's cooler than you.
He's not cooler than me.
But wait a minute.
What?
Do we pick on Dewey?
We
Yeah.
do. We do. We pick on Dewey.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Just kidding, this is my friend. His name is Dewey. If you are not familiar with him, he is one of my brother's characters, and I just showed him in some clips on his channel, otherwise known as AreUSuperCereal. And today, I'll be making him a custom shirt so he can be well dressed for his videos. As always with custom work, you start with what you know, so here we have our center front line and a high point shoulder. So on Dewey, that's going to be right here for the center front, and right here to here for the high point shoulder. I also added in a center front neck drop so we can get that neckline curve like what you see on normal t-shirts, even though he doesn't need one. I then blocked out the rest of the key measurements, including the rest of the neckline, shoulder, armhole, and chest widths, along with the length of the shirt. Next came figuring out Sean's main requirement for the shirt, the nervous graphic. Just have to cover his face here. I don't think he liked that. I had to figure out the best combo of text height and width that works for both the shirt and viewing it on camera. Voila, you see. Once I decided on the text size, I had a custom kids shirt printed, so I wasted the least amount of time and material making the shirt. That doesn't mean I'm leaving it like this though. Dewey's shirt has to be special because the rods in his arms are permanent. I had to get creative with how the shirt was going to be constructed, so I decided with 2 zippers on the shoulder would be the best way. I tried the kid shirt on as is to test the neckline out since I didn't know how much the rib on the neckline would stretch around Dewey's head. The amount of stretch would determine the smallest size I could make the neckline. I then adjusted my drafted neckline as necessary. Afterward, I double-checked the placement of the nervous graphic, since this shirt was going to be a one-shot shirt. No mistakes could be made since I had no extra materials and no time to go out, buy more, and have it custom printed. Sustainability-wise, this was awesome. The stakes, though, were very high. Everything had to be double and triple checked. Once I was somewhat okay with the outline, I then mirrored the armhole shape to the other side and filled in the neckline shape as well. With the draft solidified, I then made the patterns for the front and back of the shirt along with the sleeves. In order to do this sleeve pattern, the front and back have to match at the shoulder seam and generally make sense for the shape of the armhole. The sleeve is where it got a little interesting. Very little continuous fabric would be left after the back and front were cut out from the kid's shirt, so I tried to work within the original sleeve size to make things happen. With the patterns all finished, I was ready to make a trip into New York City for the zippers that will be attached to the shoulders and some white thread. Then came the moment of truth, cutting out all the pattern pieces. I checked the front of the shirt after cutting it just to be extra sure it would fit. And thankfully, it did. The sleeve was a different story though. I even seam ripped the hem to see if I could get extra fabric out of it, which turned out to be a fail. Luckily, Sean was okay with the original sleeve seam being included in Dewey's sleeve, or else it wouldn't have worked out. I'd have to rehem the back, but that was fine with me. I then seam ripped the rib collar from the shirt and figured out how much of it I needed for Dewey's neckline. I also checked the zipper lengths to the sleeve lengths to make sure my measurements had been correct. And time for the sewing montage! Here is the progress so far, and with the rib pin to the neckline, time to add the collar. Can't celebrate yet, though I wish I could've. Still had to add the zippers, which is the most nerve-wracking thing for me to do since zippers and rib can be quite tricky. Now I want the zippers to look as neat and professional as possible, so I'm going to tack down the extra zipper tape inside and top stitch the zipper tape to the sleeves, which helps them lay flat and look nice. Oh, I guess he's kinda shy about his new threads. I mean, if we show him some appreciation, I think he'll feel good. Well, thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, and subscribe!